Who's the best player in the country?
To the media or me?
As you see it.
I feel like I'm the best player in the country.
Okay. Who's the second best player in the country?
Who?
Sorry, young lady. Nobody knows who you are. Nobody would be watching the WNBA. Additionally, for you, this is all about Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark is bringing the money to the game, the planes to the game, the TV viewership. The WNBA is on fire because of Caitlin.
Angel Reese just learned the hard way that fame doesn't always follow you from college to pros. Her WNBA preseason debut wasn't just quiet, it was mute. The TV ratings were so low, even tumbleweeds changed the channel. Somewhere, a lonely stadium usher probably whispered, "Is this thing on?" Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark's preseason game exploded like a Super Bowl for women's hoops. Every possession, every bucket, another record falling. Reese went from Bayou Barbie to Bayou Where'd Everybody Go faster than the first commercial break. The contrast? Clark's name trending worldwide, while Reese's highlight reel looked more like security cam footage no one replayed.
Wait a minute. Correct me if I'm wrong here. I thought Angel Reese was responsible for elevating the WNBA dump. I thought Angel Reese was responsible for taking the dump and turning it into an unmonetizable turd. Now, to her credit, it is a nicely polished turd. It almost looks appealing. Almost. Of course, it's still not appealing enough to generate profit, but I guess the WNBA is taking baby steps. I mean, what's one more year of multi-million-dollar?
Reese walked into that debut like a superstar about to headline a Beyonce tour. Head high, glam on point, camera ready. But when the lights came up, she was basically performing in an empty parking lot with one confused squirrel cheering from front row. The self-proclaimed queen of college basketball strutted onto pro court, ready to be adored, and was met with a sound of absolutely nothing. The silence was louder than her pre-game playlist. What was supposed to be her "I've arrived" moment turned into "Is anyone watching?" territory. And spoiler, no, they weren't.
We have the Wendy's 4-for-4 meal. I could get chicken nuggets, a junior bacon cheeseburger, value fries, and a drink, Sprite preferably if they don't have root beer. And I can get all that for more than what it would cost to get to a Chicago Sky vs. Minnesota Lynx game.
Let's paint the scene. Angel's got the outfit, the swagger, the glitter, all the signs of a red carpet takeover. But what followed was pure radio silence. If TV ratings had a basement, hers fell to the floor, dug halfway to China, and still didn't find an audience. Even the Nielsen guy tracking numbers probably went, "Nah, I'll check the next one." It wasn't just low interest, it was non-existent. The highlight reels didn't trend, the recaps didn't circulate, and even her biggest college fans quietly ghosted. The hype balloon popped before the game clock even started.
I would not be talking about the Fever's attendance figures when it had been widely known Caitlin Clark was not going to play in that Fever game on.
Reese thought she'd enter the league like a hurricane, a storm of energy, attitude, and dominance. But when the cameras rolled, the public hit snooze. The swagger that worked in college suddenly felt out of place in the pros. The bright lights didn't amplify her. They exposed her. It wasn't just bad ratings. It was, did this even air? Levels of irrelevance. You could have blinked and missed it, and judging by the numbers, everyone did. The aura that once felt unstoppable suddenly seemed like an echo of last season's headlines.
Folks, it's over. Or it's close to it. If it's not over, it's close to it. I'm at that point where I think we are at a point of no return. I think we have hit a level where there are problems and they are starting to punch you right in the face.
Meanwhile, a few time zones away, Caitlin Clark was doing what she always does, putting on a show. The Indiana Fever could have played their preseason game on Mars and still pulled record-breaking numbers. Every shot Clark took lit up the scoreboard, and Nielsen boxes alike. Fans weren't just watching, they were celebrating, tweeting, replaying, living for it. Angel Reese, on the other hand, was probably refreshing her phone wondering why her own Annie didn't tune in. The difference was simple. One played like she had something to prove. The other acted like the spotlight was guaranteed.
White privilege, I think, based on her full athletic talent and the position that she's playing in the WNBA.
Clark played hungry. Every drive, every three-pointer said, "I earned this." Reese played like she expected the crown just for showing up. But newsflash, the WNBA doesn't hand out participation trophies, especially not in prime time. When people tune into women's basketball, they want actual basketball, not a photo shoot between missed free throws. Reese spent more time posing for cameras than putting points on the board. Sure, personality sells, but only a performance comes with it. And when the ratings crashed, she reportedly went ballistic. But when your whole brand runs on noise, silence is the ultimate insult.
You made some comments about Angel Reese.
Yeah.
You called her garbage compared to Caitlin Clark.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I love black people. Mwah, 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 mwah. But I think sometimes we do play the race card too much. This ain't racial. This is about sports. This is about athletic ability. You know what I'm saying? And when you look at Caitlin Clark's game, who's very reminiscent of a Steph Curry based on her range and shooting the three, plus everything else she does. And then you look at Angel Reese, stop it. She just seems as uncoordinated as a baby giraffe. If you throw up 85 attempts, you're eventually going to get one or two. But the fact that you have to throw the ball up 85 times is fucking ridiculous.
The funniest part? Reese expected standing ovations, fireworks, and maybe a holographic Jay-Z intro. Instead, she got a televised cricket concert. Clark, meanwhile, didn't need pyrotechnics or pre-game theatrics. She laced up, locked in, and let her jumper do all the talking. That's the difference. One chased attention. The other attracted it naturally. Clark didn't need drama. Her game was the drama. No tweets, no diva energy, no excuses. Just buckets. That's why fans show up for her. She's not just talking greatness. She's living it.
We weren't the only ones chomping at the bits, waiting to watch Caitlin Clark play. It seems like the rest of the country was waiting in suspense along with us. It seems as if the rest of the country was on the edge of their seats, waiting for Fever basketball. And how do I know? Numbers don't.
Even on social media, the one place where Angel usually dominates, things were flat. No trending hashtags, no viral edits, just awkward silence. It was like the internet collectively shrugged. Meanwhile, Clark's clips were everywhere. SportsCenter, ESPN, TikTok, YouTube Shorts. Even people who don't watch basketball were sharing her highlights like cat videos. Caitlin crossed from sports phenom to full-blown pop culture star overnight. And Angel? She was still waiting outside the gate, wondering where all that pre-draft buzz disappeared to.
I thought Angel Reese was the star of stars, the icon of icons. That's what the mainstream media keeps telling me. Headline at Forbes from last month. How Angel Reese and A'ja Wilson are leading the WNBA's growth.
Angel Reese was supposed to be the WNBA's new face. Bold, flashy, magnetic. Instead, she's becoming the league's cautionary tale. What happens when hype eats more minutes than hustle? The irony is, she could be great. She has the physical tools. But somewhere between the endorsements, the trash talk, and the TikToks, the grind got lost. Fans don't want press releases. They want results. The WNBA can shove her into as many spotlights as they want, but you can't PR your way into people's hearts. You have to earn it on the court.
You've got a basketball player, you got a celebrity that, or somebody that thinks she's a celebrity, that happens to be a basketball player. All right, but she's not celebrity enough to actually pack in the stands. And guys, there is some ugly numbers here.
Of course, Reese's supporters blame everything else. Bias, jealousy, conspiracies, you name it. But come on, The entire country didn't just forget to watch her debut. They tuned out because the game itself had less tension than a Sunday nap. Meanwhile, Clark was out there making basketball look like art. Caitlin doesn't scream about being the best. She quietly proves it. She whispered, and the entire nation leaned in. Angel shouted into a megaphone and still got crickets. That's not bias, that's reality.
Caitlin Clark herself coming through in 19 minutes of play, 16 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists. Caitlin Clark doing Caitlin Clark things.
So there's no excuse. Nobody watched that game between the Sky at LSU for Angel Reese's homecoming.
Then came the press conference moment. When reporters brought up the ratings, Reese allegedly stormed out. That right there says it all. If you're getting paid like a pro, you've got to handle the pressure like one. Ratings aren't insults. They're report cards. And right now, Clark's pulling straight A's while Reese is rewriting excuses. The numbers don't care about potential. They measure performance. And fans, especially WNBA fans, know the difference between flash and fundamentals.
The mainstream media seems to be struggling with the difference between a star and a mainstream draw.
To make things worse, even a halftime show during Caitlin Clark's game got more social media buzz than Angel Reese's entire broadcast. A mascot in a chicken suit juggling basketballs outperformed a first-round draft pick. Somewhere, a PR intern cried into their clipboard. Because no matter how much glam you package it in, if you don't deliver on the court, the audience tunes out. Reese built a brand on attitude, but the WNBA runs on execution. The hype balloon popped on live TV, and all that was left was the echo of a channel change.
Who? Who in the hell is A'ja Wilson? Uncle KC, she is the best player in the league. She's the most valuable dump diver. A'ja Wilson is a huge star. Oh.
Let's be honest, no one's rooting for Angel Reese to fail. Everyone wanted her to succeed. But the league doesn't play favorites. It plays winners. She walked in expecting headlines and left humbled by the scoreboard. Meanwhile, Clark let her jumper do the bragging, and it did plenty. The crowd's reaction said it all. Clark didn't need to say a word. She just showed up, played, and made history. That's how you earn love in this sport. Not through noise, but through numbers.
Since Caitlin Clark has entered the league, the prevailing conversation around the WNBA has been drawing power. There's one thing that Angel Reese is not. Angel Reese is not a draw. If you haven't believed me before, this weekend further...
Angel Reese says WNBA players could go on strike over salary and benefits. All right, so Angel Reese says this. Rob, if you want to play this clip. You know what I love watching? I love watching her highlights of missing shots. She's got to be the worst shooter you've met in your life.
You'd think with all the pre-draft drama, sponsorships, and the endless confidence reels, Reese would come out blazing. Instead, she brought a water pistol to a fireworks show. In a league starving for viewership, forgettable isn't an option. The message was loud and clear. This league doesn't run on clout. It runs on performance. Right now, Caitlin Clark's out here stacking fans while Reese is stacking excuses. The lights are on, the cameras are rolling, and the audience has already decided who they're watching. The crown isn't handed out, it's earned, and Caitlin's wearing it. While Angel's still looking for the stage,